What is up and what is good, YouTube? It's your boy King of Thrift, back with another video to help you guys work from home, be your own boss, and create the life that you love. What I want to talk about today is the best selling items on eBay. What are the hottest sellers on eBay? What should you buy to sell on eBay as a beginner? Stay tuned.
King of Thrift, baby. I said adrift, baby. Floating down in H-Town on highways of twist, baby. I hit the toll road.
Welcome back. For those of you who have never been to my channel, this channel is devoted to helping you guys succeed on eBay, teaching you guys how you can work from home, be your own boss, and to create the life that you love. The best thing to sell on eBay is shoes and boots. Men's dress shoes, women's tall boots. Make sure you stick with leather. Don't go with anything that's not. A good rule of thumb as far as when you're selling shoes and boots is to remember to stick with the brand names. Stick with the brand names, the high-end brand names that you know. Do a little research online, find out. But if you stick with the high-end brand names, you really can't go wrong. Your top brand names are going to be Gucci, Prada, Ferragamo, Johnston & Murphy. If you stick with these, with the top, I mean, there are plenty of others. Do a little homework and you'll see. There are plenty of others, but if you stick with these brand names, the high-end brand names, you can't go wrong. Another thing, don't spend more than $10. $10 is plenty to spend when you're first starting out. And if you never spend more than $10 on a pair of shoes or boots, basically you're not going to lose. It's so long as you're making sure that they are real leather or exotic skin. Exotic skin's way better. I mean, anything exotic skin is going to sell for more. Your exotic skin is going to be alligator, ostrich quill, lizard skin, snake skin, these types of things. Do a little homework on that. But, as long as you stick with the exotic skins, you stay with leather, and you're only spending $10, you're not going to lose. Even a no-name brand pair of men's dress shoes, as long as they're real leather, $10 is going to be a win on them. So, just keep that in mind when shopping. Don't forget to check the soles for holes. Check the soles, make sure they're not soft. You also want to make sure that the soles are very well attached, because sometimes, what's very common in dress shoes and boots is, over time the soles will become will get worn, and they will become disconnected, from the upper. So you want to check that and make sure that it's still firmly attached. If it's not, you just want to make sure that you're taking that. That doesn't mean it's a no-go, but it does mean that you want to take that into consideration when considering how much you want to pay for that item. Because if the soles are loose, then that's going to reduce the resale value of the shoes tremendously by at least 50%. So just keep that in mind. Also, check for cracks in the leather, in the uppers. Surface cracks in the leather. Some of these surface cracks are hard to see. Dry rotting, that type of stuff. So you want to check the leather and make sure that it's in good condition. And if it's not, you want to make sure that you can restore it, in some way. In other words, you can bring it back to life. And if you can't, just leave it. No matter what the brand or what the skin, just leave it. It's always better. When in doubt, like I always say, do without. So there it is. Shoes and boots are the most profitable thing to sell on eBay. They're the easiest to get into, and they are the most profitable. Next thing, the next most profitable item to sell on eBay, the easiest, is going to be neckties. Neckties are really easy to sell. They're very expensive. If you're getting the right ones, neckties are expensive. They're very easy to list. They're very easy to store. They're small. There's really no cleanup. Either the necktie is good or it's not. A few things you want to remember when selling neckties. Always make sure that the neckties are real silk. Don't buy anything polyester. Sometimes wool neckties are good too. But with neckties, it all comes down to one thing, and that's the brand names. Stick with the good brand names and you won't lose. Watch for counterfeits, guys. Neckties are counterfeited quite often. So, be careful. It's something to be on the lookout for. If you're not sure, I would say just leave it. After you're in this game for a while, you will begin to realize, what quality looks like. So, which brings me to, a good point. Go out there, hit the malls, hit the really high-end, hit the really high-end stores, Ferragamo, Nordstrom, Macy's, Dillard's. I mean, just go out there and look at the different brand names, the high-end brand names, as far as shoes, neckties, and familiarize yourself with them. This is going to help you tremendously in the field. Do your homework, guys. As far as neckties goes, you're never going to be spending more than $2, maybe $5 for a necktie. Don't spend more than $5 for a necktie. Stick with your brand names. Your top brand names are going to be Hermes, Ferragamo, Vineyard Vines, Thomas Pink, Gucci, Brooks Brothers. There are tons more, but these are going to be some of your top brand names. These are the ones you'll find out there in relative abundance. If you're really searching and looking, you will find these ties. So stick with those brand names. You can't go wrong. There are others, obviously, but there's a few to get you guys started. Never iron your neckties. If you try to iron your necktie, you're going to ruin it. So do not iron the necktie. Worst case scenario, you can put it in the cleaners. All right, guys, those are going to be the most profitable, the easiest things to get into to sell on eBay. Those are some of the hottest sellers out there. And trust me, I've been doing this for 15 years, and I actually started out selling neckties and shoes and boots. And to this day, those are still the easiest things to buy and sell. So, you know, get on out there and make some money. Pick up some neckties, go look at some shoes, hit the malls, do some homework. And actually, I'm going to throw in one more. I'm going to throw in one more freebie for you guys. And another really profitable thing to sell, and I sure don't hear any people talking about this, but another thing that's really profitable, it's really easy: children's clothes, kids' clothes, infants' clothes, babies' clothes, you know, anything like that, anything in child's clothing. Those are really good to sell. The one thing to remember, you know, when you're selling children's clothes is you want to sell them in lots. You know, no less than 3 pieces. 3 to 10 pieces is maximum. Anything over 10 pieces is going to be too much. Anything under 3 pieces is going to be too little. Every so often you will find a piece of children's clothes that you can sell individually, but those are sort of few and far between. And as you do that game more and more, obviously you will come across and you will begin to learn, you know, what you can sell individually and what needs to go in a lot. But that's it, guys. Shoes and boots, neckties, and children's clothing. Easiest things to sell on eBay. That's it, guys. I hope you guys found this video informative and helpful. Shoot me your emails, ask me any questions, tell me what upcoming videos you'd like to see, what you'd like to, you know, what you guys need to know about, where you guys are struggling. This has been King of Thrift. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to learn how you can work from home, be your own boss, create the life that you love. I'll see you in the future, and peace out.
I'm looking for that gold, popping tags. Now it's time to take it home. Let's get it sold. I'm in the thrift game. No, I ain't about that fame. The record shops for 20 years in the game, man.